wanted to take a few minutes to talk about Gentleman Jim Chadwick. He meant a whole lot to my career as well. He was a tremendous part of my career. Most of the time, I was a babyface and he was a heel on the other side. So I took a lot of the kendo sticks and a lot of the chokes and the punches from him. We had so much fun in the ring. He was my manager a couple times when I was heel, but some of my best times that I ever had with Jim was when I took him to Mississippi to wrestle for New South Wrestling back when it was down there and we was on television on CBS. It was such a fun 10-hour drive down with him and Kelly Charles and Mean Gene, and we had such a blast and cut up the whole way down, cut up at restaurants and cut up at the hotels, and then had a blast at the show and then on the way back, and playing ribs on each other when we would fall asleep. And it was just a lot of fun, and I miss Jim greatly. I mean, he was a light in this business and helped so many people see their way through this business. And it's just not the same without him. All of us brothers, we don't get to see each other as much as we would like, and we're not together as much as we would like. But Jim would be real proud of this moment for us doing this for him and his honor, and for doing this for his family and Amanda and Cameron. We want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to spend time with Jim and for sharing him with us. We love him and we love you, and I hope we make you proud in this show tonight in honoring him.
Hey everyone, Tony wanted me to come on and give my thoughts on Gentleman Jim Chadwick. I'm sitting here and I'm editing these videos as we speak right now, and seeing everybody just love on Jim. He was very instrumental in a bunch of our careers, and even as an announcer, he was instrumental in mine. When I first got started, I got recommended by Bobby Blade, but then Jim was the first one to introduce me as a ring announcer ever. And at the end of that first show, he said, "Kid, you got it. This is good stuff." And that was just kind of like my first pat on the back, but that motivated me to keep going in the wrestling business. And obviously I had some time off, but coming back now, it just you go back and think about the impact he had on this wrestling community, and how things are almost a little incomplete now, because here in Kentucky, Jim Chadwick was one of the faces you would see everywhere, and you knew you were in for a good time whenever you saw Jim Chadwick there. So Jim, we hope we're doing you proud with this show. We miss you, we love you, and everybody who knew Jim, we are very lucky to know him.
Gentleman Jim Chadwick was the best in every single thing he did, whether it was as a manager, managing the Gentlemen's Club, or as a ring announcer, or even in the ring, just entertaining the people. He was the best. But more importantly than being a great performer in the ring, he was a great friend. He taught me everything that I knew about managing, but more importantly, he was always there for me whenever I had an issue or a problem, or my head wasn't in the game or anything. He was there to bring me right back down to earth. Jim, I want to thank you for everything that you've done to me. I want to thank you for saving my life, and I love you and I miss you.
The name Gentleman Jim Chadwick means more to Kentucky professional wrestling than I could put into words. I can only tell you what the man means to me. And without that man, there'd be no Larry D. Without that man, there'd be no confidence. Without that man, there'd be no memory of everything that I laughed about and everything that I loved about professional wrestling. So tonight, this is your night. Tonight, this is a night for Gentleman Jim. Tonight, we prove our love and our thanks to you. And with that, I can't tell you how much you mean to me. I can't tell you what I miss every day. Our conversations. Jim, I love you. We're going to do this for you.
Gentleman Jim Chadwick, best in the business. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have went to the heights we went to. He took us under his wing. He always took care of us, looked out. He's a dying breed. There'll never be anyone as dedicated as he was, and when he died, a little piece of wrestling died with him. That's all we got.
I want to start this video out by saying what Jim Chadwick meant to the wrestling business. Not what he meant to me, but what he meant to the wrestling business. I grew up as a kid watching this man manage and becoming one of the best managers in the ring. And then he became one of our managers. He brought us and the Steels together as a new gentleman's club after me and us and the Steels feuded all over his state. And brought us together and it became the gentleman's club. But then after we all got old and out of shape, we all separated and lost that brotherhood. I'm going to give a word of advice to all this young talent in this dressing room. Guys, you're going to come down. One day you're going to wake up, you're going to be hurt, you can't get out of bed, you can't walk that aisle, you can't climb through these ropes, and you're going to realize, why did I do this to myself? And you got to look back and you got to realize who was there during all the time. Every time you lace them boots up, do not lose that brotherhood. And I want to throw this out for New South Wrestling. How about we all come together once a year? We all done it every week, every other day. Let's do it once a year. Let's hand this gentleman Jim Chadwick award out from the original Gentleman's Club, the only Gentleman's Club. And let's make sure these kids can feel them shoes, because them shoes are hard to feel. And let's keep this legacy going.
What did Gentleman Jim mean to me? Jim meant the world to me. I got the privilege of being able to come out to the ring with him and help him manage the Gentleman's Club. Not that he needed any help. So I felt very blessed to be able to come out with him and manage those boys. He was like an uncle to me. I loved Jim very dearly. His sense of humor was like no other. He would make you laugh even when you didn't want to. He is very, very missed by me. I love him dearly. It is just really hard to even describe what the man means to me. Because he was there when I started in the business. And he showed me the way. So I will forever be grateful for that. I'm grateful for Amanda and Cam for giving up their family time for Jim to do what he done. They enjoyed it just as much as he did. But just know that from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all. I appreciate you all for letting everybody have the opportunity to know Jim, because I don't think there is anyone that disliked Jim. He was a very likable person. So thank you, Amanda and Cam, for allowing all of us to be a part of Jim's life as well.
I'll tell you what, you don't meet people like Jim Chadwick too often in the world of wrestling. I was lucky enough to call that man my friend. He taught us all so much. Love and miss him every day.
What did Jim Chadwick mean to me? Well, he was a mentor to me, as well as it was never a dull moment. He always made me laugh, especially about the Moondogs. Nobody deserves to be in the Hall of Fame more than Jim Chadwick. Rest in peace, pal. We'll meet again.
Well, I'm sitting out here on the porch and I'm trying to put my thoughts together about Gentleman Jim Chadwick. I was very fortunate to be able to be the first guy that Jim came out from behind the announcer's desk and came to the ring with. Very fortunate to be able to form the Gentleman's Club with Jim Chadwick. We raised all kinds of cane together, and I miss Jim. I just want to thank Cameron and Amanda both for sharing Jim with all of us boys. Every time I go to a wrestling show, I always remember Jim Chadwick, and the reason being is because we had so much fun together. We created a lot of good stuff together, and I'm just tickled and pleased to have been a part of being able to be with Jim at ringside. So Amanda and Cam, thank you all again. And to all the fans out there that got to watch Gentleman Jim or myself together, we thank you all as well.
The time has finally arrived. The moment you've all been waiting for. A touch of class has come to the armpit of America, Greenville, Mississippi. NWA, New South, tag team champions, singles champions, it doesn't matter to us. I've heard that this is where it is. This is the town where it's all about. Wrestling at its purest, wrestling as a tradition. Well, tradition means nothing to us because I, Gentleman Jim, introduced to you a new brand of tag team wrestling. My boys, Criminal Intent, Kelly Charles, Mean Gene. We didn't come here to play, we're here to stay.
You people realize one thing? When we walked out here, you are now officially in the presence of greatness. People at the Orange Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, the Rose Bowl. But in our illustrious career, this simply has to be the low point in our wrestling career. Because tonight, of all nights, you know where we're stuck? Smack dab in the middle of the armpit of America. That's where we are. We're in Greenville, Mississippi, home of the toilet bowl. This is who? The Joy Great. You people are nothing more. You better shut up. Come on. You people are nothing more than cotton picking, catfish catching, welfare drawing, whooping Indians. And that's all I gotta say about that.
In the strong words from Gentleman Jim, along with his tag team of Criminal Intent,